All right. Welcome to the Side Jawn. I'm your host, Dennis Holmes. My co-host, Sharon Mullen. How you doing, Sharon?
Wait a minute. What's my name?
Sharon Mullen, the
What's my
chocolate
name?
girl. Oh, my fault. The
Oh,
chocolate girl.
okay. All right. Hi, how you doing, Dennis?
Man,
I'm
I had to
good.
correct.
How about
See,
you?
that's how you get stepped on in the throat. You do know it's New Year's. You do know it's New Year's, right? I'm just saying. People make mistakes.
Yeah. Oh no problem. I just wanted to, because I don't feel the love anymore. You used to call me. You used to have a little song you would sing my name, and I don't get that anymore. As us, the chocolate girl. Mm.
Yeah.
Where my
Maybe next show I'll make sure I
where
sing.
my love? I mean,
Love is always there.
all my
Love is
friends,
always there.
my sister and everybody, they look forward to hearing you say that now.
Look at that. Got the family watch. Shout out to the family that's watching out there. Shout out to them. Shout
Right.
out to the
My family watches, boy.
Damn, shout out to the family. Shout out to all the family. Um, okay, so what we're doing today is we're gonna talk about the biggest things that happen, sports, news, and music. I'm gonna start off with sports. And I'm gonna start this off. I'm gonna start off with boxing because I know how you feel about boxing. It's kind of touch and go or whatever. If it ain't nothing else to do, you may watch it or you may fall asleep. That's just how you feel. But
Yeah.
me on the other hand, I grew a love for boxing about a good 15 years ago. So I watch it and I'm actually getting into it. I want to give a shout out to the Paul brothers, Jake. I think it's Jake and Logan Paul. Give a shout out to them because they're taking boxing and making main events and out there, getting fights and getting pay-per-view time, racking up, selling out stadiums. The fights that we can't get in boxing that we really want, Jake Paul and Logan Paul are, they're taking out the middleman, which is the promoters, and they're doing it themselves. So
Getting that money. Now for that, yeah, I shout them out. Yep. Do your thing. Cut out the middleman.
Cut out the middleman, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give a special shout out to Stephen Cool Boy Fulton Jr. He is the WBC WBO Unified World Champ. So shout out to him. He had two fights this year. He won the belt in January. Then I think he won two more belts. No, he won another belt in December. So shout out to him for, getting this win on. I also want to give a shout out to Jaron Boots Ennis, who's also from Philadelphia. Give a shout out to him for being undefeated this year. I want to say a happy retirement to Manny Pacquiao after his last fight with your Dennis Ugas. Yeah. I also want to say another happy retirement to Sean Porter after his fight with Terrence Bud Crawford. But to me, in boxing this year, what I would have to say was the fight of the year was the Gypsy King versus the Bron Bomb. To me, that was the fight of the year to me. It was a knockout after knockout. It looked like one guy was done. The next thing you know, he comes back, he knocks the other guy out. It was sort of like I was watching a Rocky movie. I was like, I don't know who's going to win this fight. But then at the end, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, came through and won the fight over Deontay Wilder. But
yeah, that's what I heard.
That was fight of the year. Now, you in the comments, y'all may say something different, but that's how I felt on it.
Well, I tell you what, I heard people trashing Deontay Wilder. I mean, I had so many people on my timeline trashing that dude. Right. Like, I knew he wasn't going to win. He tried. I told you he can't really buy. I tell you.
A lot of people just say he's good for that power punch. And as long as you get past that all night, you'll be good.
But there's always been a debate in boxing. Finesse versus power. Finesse versus power. I mean, ever since way back when I was a little girl watching boxing with the great Muhammad Ali, it was always that argument. You just never know. It's the same thing goes on with Floyd. He can't really box. All he does is run. Hey, whatever makes him cash the check. That's what I say.
Yep, I'm with that 100%. He'll tell you in a minute. The job is to hit and not get hit.
That's right. Stick and move. Stick and move. Stick and move.
What was another one? Yeah. Well, we took a great love this year into the WNBA. And
yes.
So we got to give a shout out to Candace Parker for going to Chicago for the first year and actually winning the championship.
Yes.
Well, actually, I'm gonna give a shout out to the whole Chicago Sky. Let me get it like that. The whole Chicago Sky.
Yeah, I'll give it to the whole team, but she was a difference maker. She really was the difference maker. She took that team to another level because they were good, but they weren't championship level until she got there. She made them championship level. She brought her pedigree and her experience, her commitment to the sport, her level of professionalism. She brought it all to that team and was the number one difference maker. I'm not saying nobody else contributed. Of course, I'm never going to say that, but she was the main difference maker and she did it in her first season there. I just found that to be just very exciting. So, and then now she's the AP Sportswoman of the Year.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's well deserved. She did her thing. Love her. Got the girl, I guess, his wife and baby and whole thing. I mean, she's just doing her thing. Mm-hmm.
Definitely congratulations to them on their wife and baby. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
I was sad to hear that because I thought I had a chance, but
Well, sorry, honey. Do I need to get my violin out? Play that.
No.
Okay.
I need no sad songs.
Yeah, but the WNBA, I felt like was another individually as a sport, as a league, was one of the biggest stories of the sports world this year too, because this was the first time they named a GOAT of the WNBA. They had the Vote GOAT, WNBA Vote GOAT hashtag, and they named their top 25 players all time and all that. And of course, who did they give it to, Dennis?
I think they gave it to Diana Taurasi.
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Would that have been your pick?
No.
Who would be your pick?
I think my pick was Cheryl Swoops on the show.
That was mine too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We agreed on Cheryl Swoops.
Right.
Yeah.
Cheryl Swoops is balling.
Yeah, she's the greatest of all time to me. Cynthia Cooper is in that top 5, but Cheryl Swoops, yeah, real deal Holyfield, and I love her.
Yes, that is true.
Diana is nothing to sneeze at now. She's great. Plus, she's still playing. So, I mean, she's been there forever, and doesn't look like she's retiring anytime soon. So.
No, she don't. She don't like she's retiring anytime soon. And she's a baller. I'm not gonna lie, she's a baller.
She is.
She is a baller. Now, what do you feel about the NBA? You're gonna have to make a face that you weren't just supposed to sit there and just blank like that. How do you feel?
Okay, so we're dealing with 2021. And it was in 2021 when they did this whole play-in. They started this play-in crap with the 7th and 8th seeds going into the playoffs.
I thought that started in 2020. Yeah, that was in 2020 during the
right, but
because Memphis was in the play-in 2020, but they lost to. I think they lost. It was to Portland.
Okay, so yeah, I think it did start in 2020, but it continued in 2021. And I still feel the same as I did in 2020. It's a waste of time and just a money grabber. That's all it is. It's a money grabber for the league. But I don't feel like it's a fair thing. This is not the NFL. Playing 1 and 2 games and out. No. If you 8 teams, the top 8 teams should make the playoffs, period. Not top 6. And then you got to play in if you 7 or 8. No. Where does it stop? I just had a conversation with that the other day. I think it was Thursday night. It was Thursday. I had a conversation with somebody online about it, and they were like, "Yeah, it's great, it's great, it's great. If you don't want to have to do the play-in, then you need to strive for 6." Okay, that is true since you're going to do the play-in, but why stop there? Why don't you just make it the top 4 teams get in, and the bottom 4 have to do a play-in? Why don't we just do that then? Where does it stop? And if somebody comes up with that suggestion, what are they going to say no, we're not going to do that? What reasons could they give? You just did it with the 7 and 8 seed. Why can't you do it with the 5 and 6 seed? Why? Guess what? They cannot come up with a logical reason why not. And that's what I'm looking at. You can't.
It was only 1 year to me that a play-in like that, like you said, where it goes almost to every team would have made sense, because there was 1 year in the West where the 2nd seed and all the way to the 7th seed was a 2-game difference.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that 1 year. Now, I think this was the year OKC made the playoffs for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but the second seed and the 7th seed was a 2-game difference, and it was like one of them things like, you could do musical chairs here, and just to see if can 7 actually beat go up to 2 and actually, but it didn't make no sense at the end. Just go ahead and play in the playoffs and get it in.
Just play. That's what I'm saying. This is the way it's been all these time. Like I said, these damn millennials, I swear to God, they just change stuff up just so they can say they changed it. They hate baby boomers and Gen Xers so much, they want to do anything different than what we did. That's all. Because it was a young person that came up with this bull crap, right? It wasn't Adam Silver. And he didn't come up with this. This didn't come up in his mind. Somebody else, some advisor came up with this bull crap.
And when they seen the money that they made off of it, they
kept it going. So now it's gonna stay around now, this crap. So now instead of 8 seats, 8 spots, you got 6. Otherwise, you got to play in, which adds 2 more games to your season.
Yeah.
And you might have to end up playing 2 more games and not go anywhere else after those 2 games. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. You're playing 2 more games, 2 extra games. And what if I don't even remember how they have it set up. It's some of this going on. You got to play you, and you play you. And then if you lose, then you got to play that other loser. Then y'all play. And then if the winner between y'all gets the 8 spot. It's just like, what the fuck? What?
Well, 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9. And if 10 beats 7.
That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
I think I forgot exactly how it went. But I think 10 is automatically in. And if 8, I think it was to a point. I don't know. I'm kind of lost.
That's dumb, though. It's dumb. Why you got 7 and 8 playing 9 and 10? We're 7 and 8. I shouldn't have to play 9 and 10. I should be in the playoffs. Dumb.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you.
How do you stop there? Next year, hey, I want more money. We had another year of pandemic, right? So 2022-23 season, guess what I want to do?
What you want?
Well, why don't we just add number 5 and number 6 and get even more money, y'all? We can get more money if we go to 5 and 6.
Well, last year they only played 70 games. I forgot about that part. So
I understand that.
It wasn't 2 extra. Well, they used to play. Nobody really plays 82. So
I'm saying in this season is 82 freaking games. So and they're gonna have a goddamn play-in.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying to you, that's gonna be 2 games that you play, and you could be out after those 2 games rather than the best. What is it? 5 out of 7?
I think so.
4 out of 7? Yeah, 4 out of 7. I said 5.
4 out of 7.
4 out of 7.
Best
So
4
you
out of
get 2 chances instead of 4 because you said no. And then you getting, you know where this is coming from. This is that participation trophy generation. 9 and 10 get one more chance to get in there. You're 9 and 10. No, baby. F you. You did not make the playoffs. But you get one more chance. No, I don't like it.
You know why it was made, right? You know why this rule was made.
I know what they said, why they said it was made. And I know what Sharon knows is the real reason it was made. What's the reason?
What's the reason? Is for Zion to get in the playoff. That's my belief. This was always called the Zion rule. They wanted Zion in the playoffs.
I don't think it had nothing to do with him. This is the NBA. This is the NBA we talking about. It's not his time yet. Any and everything that the NBA does right now is based upon what player?
Oh, you think LeBron James?
What do you mean I think?
LeBron
is water wet? Is water wet? Am I a black woman sitting here looking at you with glasses on? Yes.
But okay. I don't.
Do you remember who they had to play? Do you remember that?
Well, I'm talking about when the playing started.
But they didn't have to continue it. That's what I'm saying. They started it in the bubble. Right. They didn't have to continue this crap.
But they knew that it was continued when the year started.
I know it, but they didn't have to.
Oh. Well, he said he don't like it. That's why I'm looking at you like this, like that's what.
Yeah, I know what he said.
He said he don't like it.
He said he didn't like it until they had that meeting, and he realized how much money that he was gonna get. Then he shut right on up.
I don't know when the meeting was, but I know when the season started last year in 2020, the official NBA season started. They said about the play-in. Once he seen that he was a 7th or 8th seed, when he got to I think it was March. When he got to March, he seen him 7th, 8th seed. Then he was saying he didn't like the play-in.
Right. But then the NBA said, we will bring it back. They didn't decide it at the beginning of the season.
Yes,
there was still no, they didn't.
They did.
They said, no. Let me remind you.
Okay.
They said, as of now, we will have the play-in, depending on how this COVID thing goes. That's what they said. Depending on how the COVID goes, we will have the play-in as of right now. But if we have to cut out anything, it's going to be the play-in. So if we have to shorten anything, that's going to be the first thing to go. That's what they said. It was not a definite.
It was not guaranteed, is what you're saying.
Okay. Right. To me, that's not a guarantee.
Okay. Now that makes more sense.
But I don't like it. I don't like it in 2020, 2021. I'm not going to like it in 2022. I don't like it. Because like I said, where is it going to stop? It's the same principle with this paying these college athletes. Where is it going to stop? Because next group you're going to go to the high school athletes now.
Oh, I've been thought they was getting paid.
Because I'm telling you right now, it's not going to stop with the college. Now you're going to see 16-year-olds being able to get NIL agreements.
Yeah, that don't surprise me. As a matter of fact,
it's not about the surprise, Dennis. It shouldn't happen.
We was talking to Coach B the year's about to end. We was talking to Coach B. I believe it's going to get to a point that some of those kids are going to get paid.
That's what I'm saying to you. Where is it going to stop? Once you open the floodgates, you open this can of worms. Where do you draw the line?
It's not going
to
stop.
Can't. There's no line. There's not going to be. You're not going to be able to justify it. That's the problem I have with the play-in. It's the same concept. When you make, even in business, Dennis, I almost called you my son's name. Even in business, as a leader, before you make a decision, You're supposed to look at the whole picture, not the right now. You're supposed to also look at the projected effect on your organization. You don't just look at right now. You're supposed to.
I see what you're saying, and in my head, I'm still thinking like, I believe a lot of this stuff been happening before time, but now it's going to start having an agreement to it, to where it's legal.
That's right.
Yeah.
All that happening under the table stuff doesn't matter. That has no place in the conversation. We all knew what was going on, and it was okay behind closed doors, in the back rooms and under the table. But saying that this is legal now, you can legally do this, and everybody's just so hyped and so happy. Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it. That's one of the biggest stories in sports in 2021 for me.
The NIL joint? The NIL,
that too.
The NIL?
That too.
Well, let's talk about the NIL, because I wasn't expecting this conversation. Well, let's talk about
but
the
we
NIL.
Don't have we remember, we don't have that much longer, but
no,
I don't want to belabor the point.
Well, since it has went in, have you seen anything that was like, like drastic, or like,
No.
Ain't that bad then. So far, so good, I'll say.
No, not yet. No, I'm not going to say so far so good. I'm going to say that I haven't seen any reports of any. That doesn't mean everything has been all lovely. I don't know. But the next time, Coach Dennis of ABC University is counting on his star running back to be someplace, but he can't because he's at a photo shoot earning his money. I don't want to hear it.
I doubt that.
Okay, you watch what I tell you. These kids were complaining because they couldn't eat when they wanted to, Dennis. Don't tell me it's not gonna happen. You watch what I tell you.
To miss a game?
Watch what I tell you.
That's what they get paid at.
Watch what I tell you, Dennis. You got college players foregoing the bowl games now.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
Okay, I know that. That's right. What I'm saying. But that was unheard of 20 years ago. They wasn't missing bowl games.
No, but I would do the same thing.
It was understood that you went in a bowl game.
Right.
And the school needed all their stars for the bowl game because they wanted to win so they can get that money.
We get that bonus money, we know.
Right.
But I'm with the college kids. After what happened to Jalen Smith,
now these college kids, they don't. Nope. I want my money. Forget y'all. I want my money.
I'm with them. I'm 100% with them.
I know you are. And most people that think like you are with it.
I'm 100% with it.
All right.
And I'm gonna explain why.
Like I said, just keep watch that space.
I'm gonna explain why I say that. Now I'm not with what some of those players did when they shut themselves down for the whole year. I'm not with that. Let me get that part out of the way. But you're not playing in a bowl game after what happened to Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith played in that bowl game and hurt his knee, messed his draft stock up.
Got a question.
What?
Couldn't that knee injury have happened in game 4 of the season?
It could have, but it didn't.
All right, but it could have.
All right. Well, but we can't talk about
wait a minute. So wait. No, that's not all we could talk about. You said you don't. No. You cannot talk. You cannot just talk about what did happen.
Okay. So
because you just said I don't agree with them shutting the whole season down.
No.
And so I'm saying to you, this is a perfect example of what I was just talking about. Where do you draw the line, Dennis? If that's acceptable to shut down a bowl game, where do you draw the line? What if he came up, coach, it's week 5, and I know my draft stock is excellent. Or let's say week 8. Week 8. We only got 3 games left in the season, or 2, however many it is. We only got 2 or 3 games left in the season. My draft stock is up. I'm not playing the rest of the season.
It's on them. I don't agree
What they go? No, but what are they going to say? What's the school going to say?
School can't say nothing. A lot of players still do that.
Can't say nothing, can they?
No.
Where do you draw the line? What if he? Let's back it up. What if he does it? What if he does it week 3? What if not only he does it week 3? What if he does it? His quarterback does it. His O-line does it. His center does it. What if his wide receiver? What if several of them did it on the same team? Crap season. Guess what? Less money. Guess what happens to the university? The programs are affected. Not just the football program. The educational programs are affected.
Well, so I don't really think I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, I know you don't. I know. And then this is the problem. Because y'all don't think that that's important. What I'm saying to you, it is.
It's not don't think that is important. That's not what I said. I just said.
I didn't say that's what you said. I'm telling you, you don't think it's important.
No, I don't think.
Because if you did, you would think about it.
But I don't think that kid not playing makes that lose all that money. I don't think that. No. That's why you recruit, because you got to keep getting 5 stars so that way you can keep going.
Wrong. You're wrong, Dennis. You're not going to get a 5-star player week 3 to replace the one you just lost, or 2 or 5.
But that's why
you watch what I say. You watch what starts happening. That's all I'm going to say. We can go on to the next subject.
Saying, but this is what I'm telling you.
Just watch what starts to happen. It's going to expand and get worse. And then when it does, you're going to say, that doggone Sharon, she was right.
And I ain't want to not tell you was right.
But no, you're not.
All I'm telling you is
you just watch what happens.
That's why you recruited. So when you lose that 5-star, you recruiting, you got a backup.
No, you don't always get all these 5 stars, Dennis. When you look at it realistically,
I ain't saying
you're talking about the cartoon recruiting.
Time out. I didn't say the backup was a 5-star. Let me get that out the way.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's a backup.
You're not hearing me. You're so set on being focused on one thing. You got tunnel vision. You're not hearing what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
If this 5-star player leaves and the backup is a 3-star, how is that equal or better? It's not.
But you don't know what that 3-star going to do until you get playing time.
Okay, Dennis. Let's move on.
I'm telling you, you can say it all day.
I'm not saying that you're not right, but what you're saying doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You're not hearing the problem. But you explain it, you're rebuffing it as if it doesn't matter. It does. It matters.
Okay.
You don't see that? You play football.
I play football, and I do know if your 5-star got injured, and the same way with the injury, if you say I'm not playing, or if he got injured week 1, same thing, right? I'm not playing week 1. I got injured week 1. He's not on the field. That's the main. He's not there.
Right, but he has a chance of rehabilitating and come back. If the dude shuts his whole season down, he ain't coming back. So the only thing that would keep him from not coming back the whole season, besides that, is an injury that's severe enough that it won't allow him to come back. That's the only thing.
Okay. So can I ask this question? He got an injury. He out for a couple of weeks. His 1-star, that was his replacement, is playing better than he did. Couple weeks.
Maybe not.
Hold on.
How likely would that happen, though, Dennis?
Can I get finished?
No, because you're bringing up a scenario that's this slim to refute what I'm saying. It doesn't work like that.
Honestly, that's not that slim. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not that slim. In college,
if you're a good if you're a good recruiter, like you just said 3 minutes ago, yes, it is slim. Because you just told me that's why you recruit. That's why you make sure that you recruit the better player. You just told me that.
Right.
And there's only a certain pool of players to choose from, Dennis. Every school can't get 2 and 3 and 4 5-star players.
No.
They can't. Okay, so if you know all this information, then damn all that stuff you talking right now. It doesn't matter.
No, that's not it, because not every 5-star player is that good. That's the only thing that I'm trying to say. Every 5-star player ain't that good. Okay, prime example.
This is why I don't like talking about stuff with y'all. Y'all go down a damn, no. You won't stay where you are. You always got to go down this rabbit hole of if this, but that, but everybody's not like that. Damn all that. My statement is very simple and straightforward. There's none of this, but everybody, all 5 stars are good. Don't you think I know that? I ain't just come to sports yesterday.
Okay, so
but for the sake of the sake of the example, Dennis, what I am saying to you, I stand by what I said 15 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago when we started talking about this crap that I don't want to talk about no more. You know how I am about this. What I'm saying is, what I am saying to you, watch that space. Watch what happens and how it ends up affecting the game in all of the universities across America, not just the sports programs. You just pay attention. Just pay attention. That's all I'm going to ask you to do. Pay attention. I had somebody tell me yesterday how right I was about the doggone Lakers. I called it a year ago, actually 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, shout out to the plug. I did hear him say that.
And he was like, Sharon called it.
Shout out to the plug.
2 years ago. And if you want to go back further, I called it before the dude even came to the team, which has been now 4 years ago, right? Isn't it 4? Or is it 3? It might be 3 of what. I know
one year he got injured.
I don't care what he was still on the team, Dennis.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to remember the years. This is how I remember things. When you be saying how things go through my mind, this is it. This is how it goes through my mind. 1 year he got injured. What year was that, dude? Oh, that was this year. So that means he was there for that.
I don't know.
My brain works.
Only thing I'm gonna tell you.
You say things out loud. Don't be like, Dennis, that ain't what I'm saying. No. This is Dennis's brain. This is how it works. Okay.
That's how my brain works too. I get it.
But I ain't gonna say that.
I get it. I get it. Whatever year he decided to come there, I was against it. And I said it. And I said why. And nobody was listening. Nobody listened.
I can't remember what year it was. I don't know if it was.
It was 2018.
It was 18. Yeah.
It was 18.
The Raptors won the championship that year. That's right.
Yep. It was 18.
And that's the same year he got injured. See, I knew it.
Anyway, I said it then. 3.5 years later, people coming up to me, you were right. You called it. Yes, I did. And you didn't listen then. And I don't want to hear the whining now. And I say it to Laker fans too. I don't want to hear it.
No, I heard you tell
don't whine to me.
To enjoy that one banner.
Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy that banner, boy. We got the one. We dude from another group. He didn't do nothing but just win you a championship. I said, yeah, that was 2 seasons ago. What has he done lately? What we got? Where the next banner at? I don't see the next banner hanging up there. No time, no soon.
Well,
what have you done for me lately? Nothing. So I don't want to hear it.
Shout out to the Lakers. I don't.
Like I said, I am about the longevity of the organization. Why? Because I am a Laker fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not an individual player who happens to be a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan, period, point blank. And I have no apologies for that. That's where I'm at.
Milwaukee won the championship. Shout out to them. I ain't even think about it until Jalen Rose said it. They was one of the first teams to shut down during the Black Lives Matter movement, and said that they wasn't playing after the whole George Floyd thing happened. So
it was in their state.
Shout out.
It was in their state. Why do I keep hearing my echo? Turn that thing down. I don't want to hear me. I keep hearing my voice echoing. But anyway, yeah, so shout out to them, I guess. They're not they're not one of my favorite teams. I like Giannis, but I don't really care about Milwaukee though.
I hear that. No. The George Floyd thing happened in Minnesota. That'd have been the Timberwolves.
Right, but weren't they supposed to play the Timberwolves?
I don't know who they're supposed to play that day. Don't get me the line. I don't know who they're supposed to play that day. That was in 2020. I just wanted to give them a congratulations for winning the title. And I was saying how Jalen Rose reminded me about that. So shout out to Jalen Rose. Jalen versus everybody.
Well, I'm going to say Jalen, shout out to Jalen Rose and his sidekick, Jacoby. For 10 years of doing their podcast together.
They've been doing 10 years?
10 years. They started out with story time. Wow. They started out with story time. And I really, Jalen had story time with Jalen Rose. Right. Mm-hmm. And then now it's, Jalen and Jacoby, and I love their show because they look at things from different angles. And then when he throws his personal experience in there, I love it. I can't help the fact that he went to the University of Michigan, the worst school on earth. That's not, I got over that.
The funniest thing to me, because I remember people was telling me, how you gonna have malt liquor on your show? I'm like, Jalen Rose was drinking a 40 on his show. I'm like, he getting millions. He's drinking a 40 on his show. Like, are you just in it to talk about me, or are you watching these podcasts? Like, he was saying, you gotta make your podcast who you are. That's exactly what he was saying.
See, if you had wine, they wouldn't say a word.
No.
If you were sipping on wine.
Right. But I was sipping malt liquor. He had a whole 40 on his show. Still, one of the biggest black athletes on ESPN, still does what he does with the podcast and the Jalen Jacoby and Jalen versus everybody. Still, to this day, he has a school in Michigan where he's
Detroit.
Detroit.
What up, though?
He's trying to get funding for his gym, his basketball gym, because they told him it was going to be $6 million, and he raised $3 million, and then the price went up, so now it's $10 million, and he ended up taking over a middle school and making it a high school. So now he's trying to get this state-of-the-art gym that'll also be good for single mothers to come in that be having I forgot what he called it, mental health issues. That's what he said.
I just think he's just an outstanding human being. I don't know what happened between him and Molly. I just pray for them, whatever that is, and I'm glad they were able to end as friends.
That's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say, well, I ain't gonna say they say divorces can be hard. And if y'all can end as friends, still make sure you do what you need to do, that's always a great thing.
Yep.
Now, do you have anything else? We did NFL. You got to do the NFL. I'm going to have to say shout out to Tom Brady for winning the championship in 2021. Shout out to him for that. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can't believe they did it, but they did what they needed to do to win it. Hold on. And I also would like to say, no, I think I'll wait to say that. What do you have to say about the NFL? You don't have nothing? Never mind. We'll go to news. What you got for the news?
Nothing. Remember, I didn't start watching them again until this season.
No, I'm talking about the news of the my fault.
I know.
Music. I meant to say music. My fault. I meant to say music. This year
with music. Oh, music. Oh, okay. I don't watch Versus. I think that people use Versus in a negative way to trash legends and embarrass them online. I think that's their goal. Because after a Versus, there's always, depending on who wins the verses, people always end up trashing the one who lost in negative ways. And I don't like that. I don't know why. I don't know. My mother raised me to be against bullying and teasing and, trying to embarrass people in public spaces and stuff like that. That's how I've been raised. And for me, I don't try to embarrass or hurt people in public spaces. And I don't like to see it done to people around me, because that invokes my mother lion, my mother lion in me. And I don't like being that upset. So I stopped watching it. I think the last one that I watched was the Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
That was good.
And before that one, I had not watched one in probably about 6 or 7 verses. I had not watched before that. I only came back to watch because it was the Isley Brothers and my favorite band of all time, Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's the only reason. And Steve Harvey was on there hosting. And what did our people do? Trash Steve Harvey for hosting it. I had to do a whole podcast about it. How our own people was trashing this dude. And I felt like it was unfair. So yeah, I don't watch verses.
I can't.
Don't care for it.
Me on the other hand, I'm a little different. I came a long way. My grandmoms, all of them, all 4 of them used to always tell me, because I used to get mad about certain, why do people say this and say that? They were like, don't even worry about it. People do stones and rocks at Jesus and spit on him, and he ain't do nothing.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So when I be seeing, like when I see comments and things like, oh, Steve Harvey this, Steve Harvey that, first thing I think in my head is, well, he making a lot of money because he got a lot of hate. That's the first thing that goes through my head all the time. Right. Then when people be trashing, verses this, verse that, first thing go through my head, they make a lot of money over there. And then I sit back and I actually look, because I try to look at the business side of things. So I'll be like, oh, okay. So Brandy went against Monica. That was nice. The next day, Brandy and Monica sales went up. They had 100,000 streams. Right next day. Songs that people don't forgot about. Mm-hmm. Man, I would have to say versus has been great to us. And I know a lot of people are trying to get somebody to go against Jay-Z. I don't think nobody's going to actually beat Jay-Z, but I wouldn't be mad to see Lil Wayne against Jay-Z. Wouldn't be mad at all. Even though the fact that Jay-Z actually said he was going to do that freestyle from Grammy Family. So I like to see Lil Wayne do a couple freestyles as well. It'd be nice. It'd actually be a nice versus. They should have it somewhere big like the Superdome or something. Or maybe they'll have it in Brooklyn at the Barclays.
No, they actually need to have it with nobody in there but them.
Because of COVID?
Because of COVID, and also because fans interfere. They interfere with your vibe. See, okay, I'm an old head hip hop person. So is Jay-Z. And when you're an old head hip hop person, you get a vibe going. You don't need all that fluff and yelling, and you don't need all that. You in the zone, you do your thing, and you keep it moving. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the genius at work without the hype of the crowd. Because I don't believe that Jay-Z needs the hype of the crowd. I think he is just as dope in the booth by himself as he would be in front of a crowd. And I just want to see that. I want to see him with no crowd.
Okay. I like to see it with a crowd.
I've seen it. I've seen him with a crowd plenty of times. Plenty of videos.
I like to see the verses with a crowd.
No, I don't want to say how is that going to benefit you, Dennis, to see them do the verses with a crowd?
I would like them to
How is that better?
I like them to get the money, that's all. Just like them to go ahead and get all the money that they can, so it can help out whatever foundation that they need to help out for. That's all. And if I could be in the crowd, that'd be nice too. But I like to see it with a crowd. Definitely would. Now, now when I say crowd, I don't think you've seen this one. I don't mean like that Locks versus Dipset situation. Everybody coming on stage. That ain't what I'm talking about. I mean, just the regular crowd. Like when another guy, two guys that's like old school, Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One went at. They had a crowd. They kept coming back and forth throughout the Barclays Center. You know, one person went, he did his thing, the next one went, and it was, I like the way that went. That was nice. Two old school guys going at it. That was a real nice versus. And that's the way I like versus.
I don't like it, but go ahead.
Yeah, but that's my thing on versus. As far as music this year, I don't even know what I would say was the best album I've heard this year. To be honest with you.
I haven't heard any.
Yeah. I kind of figured that you ain't listening to no music.
No, I'm not listening to none of this new stuff.
Yeah, you ain't listening to music. I just can't think of what was the. Oh, you know what? No. I'll take it back. That DMX album was good. That DMX album was real good. I'll take it back. That was good.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I actually would say. DMX album. I think it's called Exodus. Mm-hmm. That was good. Mm-hmm. Now, what do you got for the news?
Well, besides COVID, I think we can leave COVID off the list. Everybody knows that's the biggest thing that's going on right now. But besides that, it's the January 6th insurrection. There was no bigger story than that. Not in 2021. I'm
gonna let you go ahead and speak on that. That's all you. I know that they was gonna get away with murder as soon as that day went down. I just knew it. This is what it is.
Well, it's not the getting away with murder part that makes it the biggest story. It's the destroying our democracy part that makes it the biggest story. What is also another big story is the numbers, the massive numbers of people, especially us, who do not realize how significant that incident was. That's scary to me. Whole lot of us are like, I don't care. I don't care. That instrument, that had nothing to do with me. Are you kidding me?
No, it had a lot to do with us. But I just knew they don't get away with murder when and especially, oh man. And then that, you know what? No. It's a New Year's resolution right there. Let me say it right now. Stop cussing as much. That Waka Flocka got on stand and cried like somebody forced him to. I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm just saying, Dennis. I'm just saying that was the worst. That was the worst display of anti-Americanism I've ever seen in my life. Now, there are some of us who feel like, you know, America ain't nothing no way. America this, America that. The devilment of America, you know, they've always oppressed us and blah, blah, blah. So what? They ain't never been right to us. All of that's true. But it doesn't mean that you don't care about democracy in this country. And the moment you don't, you might have to just find someplace else to go live. I'm just saying. You think it's bad now and we have democracy? Picture this place without it.
That's what they want. They want the purge. That's what they want. That's why the movies is selling like that. That's what they want. I'm telling you, this is what they want. The purge. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm. Lawlessness. That's what they want.
That's what they want.
Because when they do that, they reign supreme in lawlessness. When I say they, you know exactly who I'm talking about. So we can move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
We can move on.
Let's move on. Let's give a shout out to everybody that came on the side joint this year. I want to give a shout out. I think the first guest that we had that was on the side joint, because the one thing I wanted to do was I wanted to give people their, I don't want to say I wanted to give people their flowers while they were still alive to notice it. And I wanted to let them know, we appreciate exactly everything that you're doing. And we want you to keep doing what you're doing. So we had Delindra on from the On Point Network. That was a good show that we had there. Well, all these shows was good. We had
Delindra Tarsavina.
Oh, Tarsavina. Okay. We had Victoria, who is the owner of the Tallahassee Southern Kings pro basketball team. We had Mr. Rick Watson, producer and writer of film and theater and novels.
Yep, Rick Watson.
DJ R&B and DJ J Will. The fabulous DJ appeared on Goddamn That DJ Made My Day show. Thank y'all very much for showing up for that. Justin and Aisha Penniman. I almost said that. They were the first guests that we had on the relationship flow. That's when Justin told us that Asia slid in his D.
Yeah.
He told us Asia slid in his DM.
That was funny. That was so funny.
Yeah. We had Elise Jeffers from Sweet Love TMA. She came by as we talked about COVID, cuffing season, and pumpkin spice. How much she hated pumpkin spice.
Yes, that was hilarious.
We had my guy Rob Out Whitney, aka Bobby Dubs. He came through to tell us about Last Out Media and the podcast Bell and the Birdman that he's on each and every Sunday when the Philadelphia Eagles are playing.
Yeah, that was our first Writer's Block show.
That was the first
series.
Writer's Block show. We had Trisha Joy come on. She is the creator and founder of 2MW Sports 360 and Sharon's podcast mentor. So
yep. Shout out Trisha Joy.
Shout out to Trisha Joy. She came through and told us about the good and the bad and the ugly of
setting up a group, a Facebook group.
Yes, we had DJ June come in. He was the guest on Goddamn That DJ Made My Day.
Part two.
We will have more of those coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Dig on Doug came through as well.
Doug Phoenix.
He was one of the first putting it on a podcast guest that we had. Barry White, Coach B, came through the place for the Oxford Circle Raiders youth football team. He was our first guest on the Thanks Coach series. And we had the youngest beat writer who now writes for the Memphis Grizzlies, graduated from the University of Tennessee, a guy with a major and 2 minors by accident. Let's get that out the way. Y'all got to remember that. 2 minors by accident.
How you fall into 2 minors? You just fell in it.
He just slipped into 2 minors. You know what I mean? That's like your girl tell you some stuff like that. Oh, I wasn't, but he slipped. I ain't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Man.
This dude, I'm gonna have to say this dude is phenomenal. I want everybody that came on the show to just keep doing y'all thing, and we thank y'all very much for.
We do. We thank y'all. We salute y'all. Sweet Love TMA, because all the rest of them came too. All 3 of the ladies came on.
Sweet Love TMA also came, and I gave them a little trivia on themselves.
That was funny.
They wasn't ready.
Go back and check it out.
So let's talk about our resolution, shall we? My first resolution, New Year's. Now, mind you, I named the show New Year, New Lie. Because people say they're going to do these resolutions and, they shoot these lies at you. New Year, new me.
Wait a minute. New Year, new lie? What you mean new lie?
New Year, new lie. That's all it is. New year, new me. I'm going to do this, do that. You the same person. You ain't did nothing different. Government gave y'all all that money last year, from, January to September. After September, y'all was right back to being the little snotty-nosed people y'all was. But back when y'all had that 20,000, how y'all was acting? Ooh-wee. That PUA money went out, but I'm going to leave it alone. New year, new lie. my New Year's resolution, I'm going to actually see how well I keep up with it. Is I'm going to stop cussing as much. That's my first. What's yours?
I don't know, Dennis. I don't really do resolutions. Not really. I set goals for myself throughout the year. I don't just do it, at the beginning of the year. And a lot of the times I'm a anti person. I don't set the resolutions this time of year because everybody else does it. And I don't want to do it the way everybody else does. So I tend not to do it now. But first, let's talk about, first of all, let's talk about the origins of New Year resolutions. Have you ever heard where the idea of having New Year's resolutions came from?
No, actually, I haven't. Could you educate me, please?
No, of course. So the tradition of having New Year's resolutions goes all the way back to like 153 BC. Yes, way back then. The month of January is named after Janus. And Janus was a mythical Greek god. I believe he was a Greek god. No, a Roman god. He was a mythical Roman god. And the Romans would give gifts and make promises to Janus, believing that he would see this and bless them in the year ahead. Thus, a resolution. You make a resolution. This is supposed to always improve your life. People don't make resolutions to do something bad in their life. It's always something better to better their life, right? That's where that started. 153 BC.
That's cool. I was in my head, I was just sitting here thinking, who had a calendar in 153 BC? But it's just some of the things.
The calendar, the calendar started way back then too, with the sundial.
Right. Just some of the things I'll be thinking about. Like, I remember one of my homies was telling me how the deacon told him he wasn't supposed to be smoking. He was like, well, where is smoking at in the Bible? That's what he said to the deacon. And he said the deacon ain't had nothing to say. So I started laughing because I was like, how you gonna say that to the deacon? If he tell you to stop smoking, you just want to stop smoking. That just is what it is. But anyway,
you know how that is.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm definitely gonna leave that alone. I want to know exactly my like I said, I got actually 2 New Year's resolutions. One is to stop cussing as much on these shows and in life. Let me get that out the way.
Where did that come from? What made you decide to pick that as one?
Oh, the chocolate girl. Chocolate girl told me that I cuss too much on shows. So wait a minute, hold on. Let me tell you what I did. So the other day, I go and I listen to the show. I don't cuss that much on the show. So I start writing down how many times I cussed. I was at 14, and it wasn't even the whole show wasn't done yet. I was like, oh no, I got to stop this. I was like, I had way too many. I'm at.
So you did count.
Man,
okay.
I actually counted them. And I was like, I'm at 14 cuss words. I can't believe it. Yeah, so that was one of them. The other one, I'm actually gonna go ahead and lose weight. That's the other one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna lose weight. I know that's like a cliche one right there, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and do it. That's why I'm. But now you asked. Well, I gotta ask you, what did you accomplish in 2021 and hope to accomplish in 2022?
Well, I accomplished in 2020. One of the things that I accomplished in 2021 is I worked with you to start this podcast, The Side Jawn. Pretty proud of The Side Jawn. I like what we're doing here and the chemistry that we have and the feedback that we've been getting from the fans. Love it. Very proud of that. That's one. 2, I started my own podcast. Did you hear what Chocolate said? Love, did you hear what Chocolate said? I need to do more of them, but I think some of that fear, maybe that'll be a resolution for next year, to get over some of the fear I have doing these podcasts. Because it's not even it's not even a video. It's audio. It's only strictly audio.
That was the animals smelling fear. That was what I was doing. I was trying to smell.
Smell my fear.
I know it ain't no fear.
No.
That's why I'm like,
no. Well, I don't know what it is. It's something, but my goal for 2022 is to be more consistent with my podcast, to at least do one every month. So I want to do 12, one a month. Okay. And so I'll start that in January. But yeah, I'm proud of. Did you hear what Chocolate said? That's and good. Then you mentioned your resolution is losing weight. Well, I've done that this past year.
Yes, you have.
I am not going to tell the public how much it is. But the thing that really made me smile is this week, my cousin, who I had not seen in about, the last time I saw her was in September. And before that, I hadn't seen her in a year. Right. And since September, I have lost so much weight that when she was looking at pictures of me, she didn't know who I was. To the point where she had to actually come by my house to look at me. So I felt very good about that. So I'm going to continue with that in 2022, of course, because, as everyone who knows me knows, I have my other health issues that I'm still fighting. So I'm going to continue with the weight loss as part of my way of fighting my health issues, even though my health issues are not related to the weight at all. I just feel like it would just further enhance whatever is going on with me to beat it. So I do feel better now than I did in December of 2020, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of those things.
I do actually have a tradition on New Year's. Every New Year's for the past couple of years. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Every New Year's for a while has always been spent with family. Mm-hmm. Because I think I've said it that I stopped going to the club on New Year's because how much money I lost and what happened, and I was just upset. So after that, I just spent all my New Year's with family and friends, and I've been having a good time. Now it's to a point that we go to my cousin Wild's house. Shout out to cousin Wild. He throws a big party. Then he get mad. It's 3 a.m. It's 2. He says, too much liquor here. What y'all doing? Y'all need to be drinking. I'll be like, yo, we say that liquor for tomorrow or whatever. Like I ain't say, we need to be drinking. Take a drink. Come on, we drinking. I'm like, oh man, you be in there drinking all night. But let me just say, until the sun come up, you'll be drinking. Because that's how upset he be. But shout out to cousin Mary and cousin Wild, man. They do a great job hosting New Year's and having games. I think, did we play a game where we had I can't remember. Sorry. Cousin Wild got me drinking. I can't remember. I just can't. But we play games though.
All right.
Brand new games we play. We play games. If there's a trip I want to take, I do want to go to the Dominican Republic. But I did have
this coming year?
2022, yeah. But I did have a great time, taking my family to Miami. Like I actually had money, take my family to Miami. It was my mom's first time going. All the kids, it was their first time going. They had a ball. They enjoyed the beach, club, They had a great time. So I did have a great time doing that. I probably will do that again. All the rest of the trips that I took last year, I'll probably be taking again. ATL, Memphis, California. Where else I went to? Indiana, Baltimore. Got to see Chocolate in Baltimore. We got to do more live shows together this year. I do have to say that. We do have to do a couple more live shows together and probably get some pictures taken. Probably be another.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. We'll do that. I told you I would like to come to Philly in 2022, and I would like for you to come to North Carolina. Yeah, and then you made me promise that I would try to make it out to California with you in June. Right. So I'll try.
That's right.
I will try. I'm not making no promises, but I'm trying. But you were talking about traditions. Well, usually on New Year's Eve, I don't go out.
All right.
I've been that way for a long time because people shoot and I don't trust it. People act crazy on New Year's Eve. Now, from about 2015 to 2018, I think, 18 or 19, I did go out on New Year's Eve because I was managing DJ R&B, and he always had a New Year's Eve show. So I felt comfortable being there with them on New Year's Eve. But since I stopped doing that gig and I've been sick, nope. I stay home on New Year's Eve again, and I'm very comfortable with watching, Dick Clark Rockin' Eve, and now hosted by what's his name? I keep forgetting that dude's name, but one of the hardest working men in Hollywood. But I watch that and see who's on there every year, and we sit around with our family, we eat food and watch TV and drink stuff, and not necessarily alcohol, but we drink stuff, and that's it. And we stay home where it's safe. Now, there's certain foods you're supposed to cook on New Year's Eve that's supposed to bring you luck in the new year, good luck and stuff in the new year, right?
That's why a lot of people and say that. Okay, go ahead to the foods, and then I'll go what I was going to say. Go ahead, tell us what the foods are.
Well, black eyed peas, right? Yeah. You know about the black eyed peas. Black eyed peas is black eyed peas, greens, and cornbread are supposed to bring you pennies, dollars, and gold. I like that.
I got cornbread in there too. Let's go.
Yep. Pork is supposed to bring you progress. So you want to have some pork.
Gotta keep your pork count up. I tell people you gotta keep your pork count up.
I'm telling you.
Listen to me.
Pork is the other white meat. It's not like your grandma's pork. It's not the same. They take better care of the pigs now. People don't understand that. They don't believe it, but it's true. And then grapes. Grapes are supposed to bring you good luck for 12 months ahead. And pomegranate is supposed to give you fertility, life, and abundance. I mean, if you're not interested in having children, it doesn't mean that you got to have them because you're eating pomegranate. I'm just saying it also brings you life and abundance, not just the fertility. So then there's fish also brings you abundance. Noodles are supposed to give you longevity as far as your age, like long life. Rice is supposed to give you fertility and wealth. Rice. Get you one of them good bundt cakes, a bundt cake, the round cake. Yeah. That's supposed to represent the full circle of life. Yeah, full circle of life. Then oranges and honey are supposed to give you good fortune, wealth, and gold. And then you're supposed to have lentils, which is a vegetable or a bean, or it's like a bean. Lentils are supposed to give you good luck. And cabbage is supposed to bring you money.
Well, but that cabbage stink out the way. I'm steamed cabbage, boy, that cabbage stink.
Well, it depends on how they cook it. Because my cabbage don't stink. So I don't know what's wrong with cabbage you've been eating. My cabbage don't stink.
Steamed cabbage, boy. Stink it up.
I'm just saying. So you're supposed to eat all those things according to what folks told, older folks verified for me that's the list.
Yes. And I know this is, right after the holidays. So I know this is when a lot of people wind down because they did so much stressing during the holidays.
Yes.
I'm part of that team that just don't believe that you should be stressing that much. I mean, because you do it every year. So it got to be to a point where it's like, I can't be stressing every year. And
I don't do it. I don't stress. I don't stress.
You know me. I ain't stressing.
No, I'm not stressing. I don't stress about it.
But I have at one point in my life, and I had to learn that you need to budget things out. Like your budget can't start in September. Your budget has to start today. New Year's Day is when your budget is start. Especially if you have kids.
Yes.
New Year's Day need to start because I know there's a lot of parents out there that want to get their kids the biggest and best things and all that. But if you budget things out right, you won't have that problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people jobs got like a Christmas fund or a vacation fund that you can actually put money to the side. I think it's in certain banks. Let me get that out of the way. Certain banks.
Right.
I think you should just start putting money to the side for those things. So that way you won't have to worry about stressing around that time. I was talking to one of my homies and he wasn't stressing. His wife was stressing. His wife was stressing about how much she spent during Christmas. And, it got him upset because it was like, why are you telling me this? I didn't stress like that. I don't buy the kids everything that they want. They getting certain gifts and that's it. She'll try to get the kids the world. And what I was telling him, I was like, yo, y'all, you know what it is? Y'all probably just gonna have to budget it differently because she's trying to spend a lot of money. You like, listen, I got this much money, that's what we spending, and I ain't stressing over it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The way that I used to usually do it is I shop throughout the year. I don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah. And then, like we were saying before with Thanksgiving, it's a lot of things you got to shop beforehand on, like Black Eyed Peas. Oh, I don't think you get no Black Eyed Peas on no December 27th. Don't you think that you just gonna go on the market and get? And people that work at the market know we ain't got no Black Eyed Peas. They already know we ain't got no Black Eyed Peas.
And greens too.
Right.
Because if nothing else, that was 11 items I just gave you. But if nothing else, you are supposed to have at the bare minimum Black Eyed Peas, greens, and cornbread. That's it.
And there's a lot of people.
So don't go wait until December 30th. I'm trying to go to the store and pick up some. That's not happening.
No, you can't do it. That's what's called budgeting, managing. You have to know. All right, a lot of these things you gotta get in September, and you just gonna have to hold it. That's just what it is. Like I told everybody on Thanksgiving, pie crust, you gotta put that thing in the deep freezer until it's time. All right, don't you think you
would have pie crust?
I'm telling you, what was it? Pie crust. It was pie crust something else. You can always get a turkey. You ain't got to worry about turkey. But it was a couple other things that it was like, come Thanksgiving, you can't find that stuff. Black Eyed Peas, come December.
Oh, cranberry sauce. That cranberry sauce in the can with the ridges on it, gone.
But I know some people that make their cranberry sauce from scratch.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't like it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how they make it. I don't care what they do. I want the spongy cranberry sauce in the can with the little ridges in it. That's what I want. Straight out the can. That's what I want. Slice it up. Plop it on there. That's what I want.
Like I said, there's just some things out there is just hard to get your hands on. Them PlayStation 5s came out. It's hard to get your hands on those. That they got the whole resale set up. Whereas though they bought it for $500, they're trying to sell it to you for $1,000. They just made a $500 come up because they know you got to get it. Because if you don't get this toy for your kid, is a situation. That's what they know. Mm-hmm. But if you buy them beforehand, before all that happened, you won't run into that. Budgeting. It's always a
planning. It's planning. The budgeting comes from the planning. You got to plan and see. You catch something on sale in April. Oh, that'd be perfect for them for Christmas.
Right.
You get it on sale and put it up.
Because there's always a new toy that comes out every year. Every year, there's always a new toy that comes out. And you don't want to be one of the ones back in the day that was going crazy over that Tickle Me Elmo. That's one of mine. The Tickle Me Elmo was a little bit too crazy back in the day.
It was. But I never did that with my son when he was little. It was just like when Pokemon came out, I bought Pokemon all during the year. I had Pokemon stashed in people's houses and people's trunks and everywhere, so he wouldn't find it.
That was a great idea. Definitely a great idea. So just to help y'all out there, as Sharon, what was you calling it? Did you say self-care?
Oh, well, I was saying another reason why I don't stress is because I make sure to practice self-care. You have to breathe. You have to hydrate. and you have to get rest. And I make sure I get that. If I get to a point where I feel like I'm starting to feel anxiety, I focus right there on the basic.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's self-care. You gotta take care of your mental health, because if I'm crazy, how can I be there for anybody else?
Right.
I just can't do it.
Well, like she said, self-care, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank y'all for coming out and watching the show. Make sure y'all tune in to us each and every Saturday morning, 10 a.m., because we have some letters to read for some people who need some help. So you definitely want to hear these. And this new year, we're going to set it off with a bang. Bang. Any last words, Karen?
Well, it's 2021. It's been another interesting year in a row. I mean, 2 in a row, 2020, 2021. The 2-year anniversary of the death of Kobe Bryant is coming up. And it just hit me today that it's going to be 2 years. And I thought about that. And I was like, okay, look, Sharon, you can't focus on the death of people all day. All right. Like 2 days ago on Thursday, 7-year anniversary of my father passing away, was a tough day because the day before that, John Madden passed away. Rest in peace, John Madden.
Rest in peace.
And John Madden was around when I first started watching sports, period, with my father and my mom and my sister. We, watching sports. So he's always been a part of my sports experience my whole life. And so, it gets a little tough when we have to say goodbye to people. I don't deal well with it that well with it. I think that's what was going on with me. But today is New Year's Day. I want to wish everybody Happy New Year and say, thank you to all of those who are in our comments and who follow the show. And I want to encourage you to join the Jawn Facebook group. It's a public group. Just come on in, look at the rules and come on in. They're not very difficult rules or anything like that. Just be respectful, plain and simple. And don't be, a jerk. Don't be a jerk, and don't put anything sexually explicit or racial or anything discriminatory on there. That's it. And for 2022, engage with us. Post on our page things that you want to talk about on the show. I do know some of you guys, post your shows on our page, and that's perfectly fine. But do more than that. Talk with us. Tell us what you want to see us talk about on our show. Believe me, 9 times out of 10, we've already thought about it, because we really have some things on our list to come down the pipe to talk to y'all about. So
yes, we do.
But interact with us and comment on our posts and like our posts and share our posts and do all of that. So we're here for you, you guys. We're here, and let's stay positive. Let's go get it in 2022. Let's do it.
Yes, and make sure you subscribe to all platforms streaming podcasts of the Ignorant Thinker Podcast. We love y'all. Yes. God bless. Good day.